everyone, my name is Savannah Baltera, and I'm the Director of Student Involvement and Activities here at UNLV. And today I want to talk to you all about ways to get involved on campus, all the different student organizations that you can join, and things that you can do to enhance your college experience here at UNLV. I'm going to go over today. So the first thing I want to talk about is what is involvement and why we want you to be involved. So involvement is anything that you do outside of the classroom to enhance your college experience. So this can be joining a student organization, attending programs and events on campus, which could be on any topics. It could be on community service or diversity, equity, and inclusion, or being involved in student government or other leadership positions. It could be playing an intramural sport or joining a club sport team, or it could be working on campus. Again, just anything that you are interested in, that you want to do, that is in addition to your classes, that is what involvement is. So why do we want you to get involved? Of course, you are here to get your degree, and attending class and doing well in your classes should be a priority. But being involved outside the classroom should be equally as important. Involved students do better academically and are more likely to graduate than students who are not involved. You are going to find your community and you're going to build relationships with people if you get involved. You're going to learn to work on a team. You're going to learn those problem-solving skills, those communication skills when you are engaging outside of the classroom. Also, there are so many different involvement opportunities that can be directly tied to your field of study. So if you're a business major, there are student organizations that are around being a business major, so it can actually enhance your academic studies. And then, of course, we want you to look beyond UNLV, so when you're graduating. So being involved can help you develop those skills that are marketable to employers. And so we want to help you find your path to involvement. That's why Student Involvement and Activities is here. So now I want to talk about all of the very specific ways that student involvement and activities can help you get involved. So the first is student organizations. We have over 400 student organizations, and those range from all different topics: academic, international, multicultural, diversity groups, religious groups, sports clubs, community service groups, fraternities and sororities. There's a pizza club, a chess club, a lightsaber duelist club. So you name it, we probably have it. And if you look at the list of 400 student organizations and you don't see one that interests you, or you have one that you want to start, you can do that. So to start a student organization, you just need yourself and 5 friends to come together and make that student organization, and find a faculty or staff member at UNLV to be your advisor. And then you will register your organization with student involvement activities, and you'll be all set. So the best place to find out about the organizations that exist on UNLV's campus is to go to the UNLV Involvement Center. So it's up on your screen right now. And when you go there, you can search by organizations. You can type in a keyword. You can type in any word at all to find them. You can also search by going to categories. So if you're interested in joining a sports club, you can choose the sports club category, and then any orgs that identify as a sports club are going to come up. You can sign into the Involvement Center with this blue sign-in button using your ACE account. And your ACE account is the same account that you use when you are logging into your Rebel Mail, when you're logging into a computer lab on campus. It's the same login as how you would log into the Involvement Center. So again, this is the best place to go to find out about organizations and to make your own organization, like I had mentioned before. So our office does a lot of programming for student organizations. Each semester in the fall and the spring, we hold an involvement fair. And this is typically the second week of the semester, where all of the hundreds of student organizations will be tabling on campus. So you want to look out for that in those first couple weeks of school. So you can walk around to the tables and get to know the organizations and find 1 or 2 or 3 or however many you want that is right for you. We also do a Geek Week programming week, which is with the clubs that identify as geek clubs. We want to bring them together and do a whole week of programming around that. And just like RSO Appreciation Week, which we tend to do in the spring semester, that's when we get all of the all RSOs and we put on events for the students who are involved, just so that we can amplify the voices of RSOs. And then, of course, we provide leadership and developmental workshops, both for student leaders and for advisors. And so that is just a very overarching idea of what we're able to offer for student organizations. On the third floor of the Student Union, which is where Student Involvement and Activities office is, we also have the Source Room, which is the Student Organization Resource Center. So this is a space where students can come and student organizations can come to get resources, marketing. We have butcher paper and paint and markers and a cry-cut letter machine. There's computers and printing and crafting supplies. If anything that you need is there for student organizations and student leaders to use, and it is free for student organizations. So we want to make sure that everyone is aware of this, that there is a third floor in the Student Union, and that's where you can find student involvement activities and the Source Room. The next group I want to highlight is the Rebel Events Board, known as REB. REB is a student-driven organization that is dedicated to creating, planning, and executing campus-wide events for all students. Some of their signature programs are Homecoming, Premier UNLV, Open Mic Nights, Rebels After Dark, Drag Bingo, and the spring UNLV's Got Talent show. And I equate REB to student council in high school. So in high school, there was a student council that probably put on dances or prom or different activities. REB is the student council of UNLV. So if planning events for your fellow students is something that you get really excited about and you're really into school spirit and building community, then you would definitely want to look into joining the Rebel Events Board. If planning the events aren't what you are into, you definitely want to look out to attend REB events. So REB events are always free to students. They always have great giveaways and activities and things to do. I particularly want to highlight Premier UNLV. That is going to be the first Thursday of the fall semesters, and this is our big welcome back event where we have music and DJs. There will be free food, a free limited edition t-shirt that says Premier UNLV. And then the best part of Premier is when at the end of the night, we get into a formation of the letters UNLV. First year students go in the U, second year in the N, and then third year L, and fourth year and beyond go in the V. And then we hand out glow sticks or LED lights, and then we light off fireworks and take a picture. And then you can collect that picture of all your years, and you can say, you know, that year I was in the U, and then I was in the L and the V, et cetera, et cetera. And so it's just a great welcome back event to kick off the school year. So the Rebel Events Board meets on Tuesday nights. The best way to get involved with REB is to go on their Instagram, which is at REB, R-E-B, UNLV, and find out about when their first meetings in the fall semester are going to be. And you can also engage with them on Instagram or in the Involvement Center to get involved. Next up, I want to talk about Fraternity and Sorority Life. So here at UNLV, we have 36 chapters, which span across all 4 governing councils. So that includes the Interfraternity Council, IFC, which is your traditionally men's social organization, social fraternities. We have MGC, which is the Multicultural Greek Council, which is made up of multicultural fraternities and sororities. We have NPHC, which is the National Pan-Hellenic Council. Those are your traditionally Black African-American fraternities and sororities. And then we have the Pan-Hellenic Council, which is your traditionally women's social sororities. So we have all 4 governing councils, 36 chapters with over 1,000 members. The 4 core values of Fraternity and Sorority Life are scholarship, service, leadership, brotherhood, and sisterhood. So no matter which organization of those 36 that you're looking to join, all of our organizations go by these 4 core values. And the opportunities that they have, the leadership opportunities, the philanthropy, the community service, and the community building all goes back to these 4 core values. There's a QR code on your screen that will take you to the Fraternity Sorority Life interest form. If you are even remotely considering joining a fraternity sorority, you are going to want to fill out that interest form, and then depending on where your interests lie, then the Fraternity Sorority Life staff can direct you to the council or the chapters that best fit with what you're looking for. So I would highly recommend that you scan that QR code now if you're interested in Fraternity Sorority Life. Next up, I want to talk about your student government, which here at UNLV, the undergraduate student government is called CSUN, which stands for the Consolidated Students of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. They are your representatives of the undergraduate student body. And CSUN works to create a thriving campus community, enhancing your college experience while also advocating for the rights of undergraduate students. You pay a CSUN fee that's on your tuition and fees, and that money goes to undergraduate scholarships, which all undergraduates are eligible for. It goes to help fund the 400 student organizations. So if you're in the pizza club and you need money so that you can buy pizza and watch movies, for example, you could come to CSUN to get funded for that. They do a lot of enhancements on campus. So they've put in bike shelters, they've put in shade structures, benches, campus-wide Wi-Fi, more charging stations, just to name a few things that CSUN has funded in the past to make your campus and your facilities better. And then CSUN also puts on events and does a lot of giveaways. You're going to want to follow CSUN on Instagram at UNLV CSUN to keep up on their latest giveaways and events. I also just wanted to highlight a few more of the resources provided by CSUN. They have a cap and gown lending program. When you're ready to graduate, if purchasing a cap and gown isn't something that you are able to do, you can absolutely borrow a cap and gown from CSUN. They give out free exam books and Scantrons in the library and in the student union at the info desk. There's a textbook lending program in the library. There's a preschool on campus for students who have children. There is the UNLV food pantry. We provide free legal advice for undergraduate students and so much more. So everything that I'm going over very briefly here can be found on the CSUN website. It's just unlv.edu/CSUN, and you can find out about how to access all of these amazing resources that your student government is providing. That was a really, really quick overview of just a few of the ways to get involved on campus through student involvement activities. But what we're really here to help you do is to help you find your path, help you choose your involvement adventure. There is not a one-size-fits-all. And if some of the things I highlighted today isn't what you're looking for, but you aren't sure where to find your involvement, you can still contact Student Involvement and Activities, and we will help connect you to the department, to the organization that best fits what you're looking for and your interests. So I just want to keep this screen up here. This is all the social medias that I went over today, and this is where you're going to get a lot of the best, up-to-date information, especially for upcoming events. When we're starting to plan for the fall semester, we're going to put all of our events and all the ways that you can get involved, meet people, engage with us here. So we have the involvement, social media, CSUN Student Government, Fraternity Sorority Life, and the Rebel Events Board up here. Just wanted to give you all a second so that you could screenshot that. So again, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the fall.